Hello, YouTube, and welcome back into some Let's Play Civilization 6. We have taken over our continent. I was going to say the world, but that's just not accurate. And yeah, we still have a goody hut and a barb camp down here. We have 16 total cities. I think we've decided here off stream that Boston is our best Ruhr Valley candidate. Their districts are super weird and wonky. And we're not going to get a Ruhr. Well, I suppose I could put their industrial zone here. It'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But then we don't get to put Ruhr in, right? So Ruhr and industrial zone are probably right here, these two tiles, and it just kind of is what it is. It's never going to be amazing. Yeah, it's just never really going to be amazing. I suppose I could do the industrial zone here for like a 1, 1, and then like make it a +2 industrial zone. That seems so bad. I guess we could do it here and then give them an aqueduct, and then it becomes a +4 industrial zone. That seems much better. Let's do that. Let's do that. So we'll plan that out. That. Hey, no problem. It's actually going to be in June, TL. And no worries. If you want to come, you want to make it, that's great. If not, no worries at all. Yes, Amorian, thank you. Are you Emin in the Discord? Some people have different names. Or Eamon? There was some awesome discussion about industrial zones in the Discord over the weekend. We have a ton of like really well thought out, well mathed. This goes back quite far. So if you want to get in on that discussion or if you're curious about industrial zones, some really well researched stuff. And I thank you very much for your efforts there. And everybody who took the time to write or comment or talk about that. It was really, really cool to read all that. And yeah, that could certainly make a video at some point or something like that. But yeah. Thank you very, very much for the time and effort. This is kind of what it's all about with being a community and all those things. So thank you. I love it. I love it. So let's do that. And this. So this will be our spaceport city. Looks good to me. Excited to see how high the science gets with 16 cities and having good campuses. Yeah, no doubt about it. We could certainly push for 2K. 2K science would be great. It makes me sad to not settle this St. Basil city. It's decent. There's another okay city over here. But I think it's probably better to like focus on housing, get to pop 10 cities so that we can hit our rationalism policies and things like that. St. Louis, we're keeping. And what are we doing up here? It's probably not worth it. This is a decently productive city. I guess too many mountains for it to really do that much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, meh. It's kind of a lot of meh. They have a campus and a commercial hub. +3 theater square seems good. I'd have to harvest this though. We still missing a civ this game? Yeah, we are actually. Yeah, we have one unknown. Yeah, I'm looking at Boston and Egger being our spaceport cities and doing 2, and going back to seeing if that feels right. I think we decided that 3 was the right number, but maybe it's in fact just 2. Let's get some builders. I need to improve everything. We can grab a different government or at least drop some of these policy cards that we don't want. Do I want to wait 2 turns or pay 90 gold? I think I'm pretty happy paying 90 gold to switch this up and just get some better policies in here. Although we already have this and this. Those are 2 very important ones. We have a lot of gold from this. Yeah, we need to find aluminum. That's always a big part of how fast these games finish. It's going to be luck with the end of the tech tree too. What would we want here instead? And is it worth paying 90 gold for? Where's my Empire lens? Here it is. Here it is. Need to make that better. Our gold, doubling our gold isn't bad. We have some commercial hubs. Why not kill Gandhi? He's not bothering me, and he's a trade partner. In fact, later on, if he's willing to make friends with me, we could ally and potentially get a lot of economy out of that. That's the problem with starting war-based with a space race, is that alliances wind up being really, really good, and they get harder to get when we're so aggro. Let's see. Of these wonders available, what do we care about? Mausoleum is always interesting for a space race because the additional retirement charge on the engineers. But honestly, engineers really aren't that good. The additional one would be really good for. I mean, obviously, if we get the space race ones, that's great. But they're so late that they rarely wind up being useful. It would be the wonder ones that we'd be really interested in, I think. So a little bit interested in Holocarnossus. Some of the rest of these are fine, although just kind of uninspired for a space race. Do you have things to fix first? We have money. I can buy them infrastructure. And in fact, spending some of our money on things like granaries and infrastructures on some of these like smaller cities makes a lot of sense. And it definitely also makes sense in these cities that don't quite have 10 pop. So that's a thing too. I think the most important thing to buy is this market, though. Buy that market and get some of these trade routes filled up. Probably even before this university. Boston has housing capacity. They're building a trade route. I'm going to get them another one, just knowing that this is our future Ruhr city. I think that's important. By Granary and Monument. Yeah, probably in a couple turns. I wanna let like all my war weariness to go away first. I guess there's not that much. Make trade route. And then looking at gold. This seems good. 7 gold, 8 culture, and an envoy. Their envoy is gonna get them like this tile. That's actually a tile that I want for Calcutta. Calcutta doesn't have that much production. So I want to buy that before I give them this. And then what's their next one then? This. And this. And then the mountains. Okay, that's fine. Time to retire some of these generals. It's true. This is medieval, I believe. Classic medieval. What's the other one retire into? Forms a core. If we need era score, I'll remember that this guy can be retired. Otherwise, I'm probably gonna ignore it. Yo, Brizzy, thank you for the 3 months of that Prime sub. Thank you.
99 of TOS. I got 99 problems, but a sub ain't one.
Brizzy, that's the best. Thank you so much. Welcome back for 3 months. Happy to have you here. And yeah, day 99 of this, which is crazy. What are the good science wonders for a space race? Ruhr Valley on the list. Coliseum, if you can get it, although Coliseum is a tough ask these days, just because entertainment complexes are not great to build, and Coliseum's not in the last couple games we played, but in general, much more contested as it used to be, or than it used to be. Any of these, like Forbidden City policies, are super good in a space race. Even Diplo policies, like all of those are worth considering. Economic policy for sure. So all of the policy wonders could be considered for a space race, but mostly it's all about Ruhr Valley. Like having a massive production city is really what it comes down to. So, what's up, Random Tangents? How you doing? So we'll go ahead and grab that. Boop. You didn't even get a tile. Why did you not get a tile? Why did you not get a tile? That's weird. Okay, well, whatever. Yeah, Oxford's pretty good for it, for sure. It's the last time I built Coliseum, probably before they changed the prioritization. I think we've built it like once since then. What are you doing out here? Oh, yeah, you were probably circumnavigating. I don't need you out there. You have 5 charges. Get back home. Get to work, worker. Weirdly got to build it this morning. Nice. Yeah. Sweet. Chichen's nice. Yes. Having a strong culture in a space race victory is definitely a thing.
There is no shame in deterrence. Having a weapon
Did we just lose our army to a levy situation? No. Nope, nope, nope. Gold and an envoy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah, indeed. Settle down, Gandhi. This is an okay Chechen city. It's 6 tiles. Try to go for it here, although the production's really, really low. It would turn St. Louis from like a pretty bad city into a pretty good city. Suppose you could argue that we could do it in New York too, but this is all going to get chopped for Ruhr stuff. So it's a little bit better in St. Louis. Didn't we want Chechen in the capital? We thought about it, although it's at this point I don't think I'm going for it. The capital has a million other things to be working on, I think. AI science is lacking on the other side of the sea. That's not that bad for the AI at this point, 77. But yeah, she's got nothing. Little bits. Builders first. Round of builders everywhere. Hemlock, thank you so much for the 100 bits. I appreciate you. Thank you for that support. And we're in a standard age here. Okay, so no benefits. I'll try to circumnavigate and explore with these guys. They have extra movement, so might as well. Chechen less important now that we have Machu? Indeed. Yes, I agree with that. So Babylon, if we give Babylon tiles, what do they get? Stuff that we don't have access to. So that's probably fine. Take their vision. We'll save this until we actually have universities. I don't really think I have any. What's Kamasi's road look like? This is probably better. Hey, Alhan. That's my musket. Nice. The city-states that we have, Buenos Aires turns our bonus sources into luxuries and is otherwise good if we were going to have a couple industrial zones because you make them better. Kumasi's fantastic. They give us 2 culture and 1 gold for each origin city of a trade route as long as it's sent to a city-state. So that's why we're getting kind of insane trade routes right now. Babylon gives us extra science for writing and relics and artifacts, which you don't really have yet. We have extra growth rate from cities with campuses by 15%. And Lisbon makes it so that our traders can't be plundered on water tiles. That is one of the most disappointing ones. It doesn't feel like it does enough. What's your favorite city-state and which one is the worst? What is the worst city-state, do you guys think? What's the worst city-state? It might be Lisbon, yeah. Retire Sun Tzu? Yeah, we could. We're probably going to space, random tangents. Vilnius? Oh, I like Vilnius. Mexico City is one of them for sure. Oh, loyalty for encampments. Yeah, that is the worst one. That one's just useless. There's some coal. There's... Oh, I was going to put a district there. Now I can't do anything. Oh, that sucks. Oh, and coal under there. Okay, all right, all right. Longer suzerain here. That's okay. Okay, so we really do need to find aluminum. We might just want to go right to radio. Although I suppose chemistry first? Although I have a lot of... Is this better or is the trade routes better? That can be 18 gold from this. Once I get theater squares, this will be great. Mountain tunnels are really, really late in the base game, unless you're Pachacuti. Often do you pick the tech you want and let the game fill up stuff prior to it? Not often. That's usually pretty bad because you wind up you won't pay attention to the Eurekas along the way, really. Later on in the game when we get lazy, we'll do it, but... Yeah, that was a little bit of an improvement. Taj would be very, very nice. We can definitely think about that here in just a second. I think I'm going to get a builder first. I want them to get to 10 pop, so we'll get them a little extra housing. Is there anything here we want? We could also work on Taj here. I really want them to have another district available. It's going to be a little while before we can do that. I guess just getting the market then makes sense. And he sees that we get hit by multiple factories. Do I ever go for that, Magnus? I will in a space race go for that, but it's a lot. It's a lot of going out of your way to make something work, and usually doesn't feel great. So we might want to spend some money and think about buying this factory. I suppose we can let our gold accumulate while we build the workshop. Again, this workshop is 8 turns to build, and then will be another 60 turns before it pays for itself. So this doesn't pay for itself until like turn 200 and something. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad, but we want we do want some factories in the game, so we will have to get a few workshops, unfortunately. Here too, I just want well, actually, if I'm putting Ruhr here, what's the difference in regional effects between these two tiles? 2, 4, 6. So this one does hit Philadelphia. 2, 4, 6. So does this one. So this is just strictly better, right? So I don't have to worry about that. We can just let this be what it is. While we work on some builders. I am feeling great, Donut. I'm feeling awesome. It's a beautiful spring day here. The weather this weekend was outstanding. It's hard not to feel energized when the world looks so beautiful, so I am feeling great. Thank you for asking. We'll lose all these troops eventually. Yeah, and the top one hits St. Louis, exactly, so it's just strictly better. Coming out of the winter blues the best, yeah. For real though, and I suffer from them pretty regularly, so it's a good time. It's a good time of year by my standards. Wouldn't trade 4 seasons for anything. I do like having all 4 seasons. Yeah, I agree. Can I tell Spring to head on over to London? Go! Go, Spring. To London with you. Did it work? Any luck? How's it look outside now? Good? Better? That's the thing with industrialization. One more regional city is such a value. Yes, agreed. Totally agreed. Totally agreed. Terracotta is actually pretty actively bad with Matthias, just because you're going to not hold those troops all game. Terracotta is great when it's your army, but of our actual troops, I want to say we have 1 crossbow, 1 musket, And that might be it. So terracotta for 2 promotions is pretty terrible. And that's almost always going to be how it looks with Matthias, because you're just going to keep doing that. Just want builders everywhere right now. Ever checked out Builders of Egypt? I don't know what that is. I have no idea. Stop spring in Indiana. I kept it here. That's not very nice. You should share that spring. Is this the last era that has monumentality? Yes. So next we go into the industrial, and we'll be stuck with like reform the coinage and stuff. Access that link. Builders of Egypt. Oh, what is this? Oops. Oh, it's early access. City building, economic strategy, gameplays in the Nile Valley. Immerse yourself in a world of pyramids where you'll become a part of the ancient world. Cool. Have you tried it? I'm sort of I'm over this. Like this whole early access thing, it's too much. I will buy your game when it's out. In rare exceptions will I violate that rule anyways, or these days, but like there was a while where like everything was early access, and I feel like I bought like 12 halves of a game, and I'd rather just wait and have it be done and play it that way. So I'm just kind of out on early access. I'm over it. It was really fun for like the first. You're like, yes, I get to play this early, and then it was like, eh. And I also don't want to play like if it's a game that I'm really into. Let's use Baldur's Gate 3 for example, because that's a game that's going to come out that I will lose. See ya. I'll see you in 2 months. I'm going to be playing that game a lot. Not really. I won't leave you. Don't worry. But I'm going to play the heck out of that game. I don't want to play it in beta. I don't want to play it in beta because I don't want to play half the first act and then have to do that again when I really play the game through. And I couldn't possibly be more excited for that game. So it's like it's really weird where like games that I'm not into, I guess maybe I'd be interested in early access, but like whatever. Darkest Dungeon 2, same thing, man. Just not interested. Not interested at all. The one early access game that did it right by my estimation is Oxygen Not Included, because there were new updates like every 2 weeks. They just constantly churned out new stuff, and they were constantly providing you with things, and it felt like you were a part of that like process because it was so communicative and so often that they were updating it. And that's, I mean, it's a phenomenal game anyways, but that was for me a good one. I'm going to play some multi in Baldur's Gate 3. I have no idea what my plans for Baldur's Gate 3 are at the moment. Other than the main Baldur's Gate streamer is fairly disappointed in Baldur's Gate 3. Is that true, Monk? Who's the main Baldur's Gate streamer? Sure, you can have some Niter. All right, let's see if we can make a friend.
Astronomy is much more fun.
Devorian? Okay. I guess I don't know who that is. Play it lots, find Minsk. I think that's silly. I think it looks so good. What I'm so excited about with Baldur's Gate is that it looks like it's just such an awesome implementation of D&D 5e, which I think is a phenomenal system of D&D. What you want? Looking forward to Humankind? Me too. Me too. No Minsk and no Boon, Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, I know. It's okay. You don't need that. I mean, I want them. And that was the thing that I actually was excited by watching the trailer for. And I'm not a trailer person. You guys know that. But I did watch that gameplay release and stuff for Baldur's Gate 3. And what was really cool about it to me, I thought, and not enough franchises do this well. I see it all the time with movies, TV, you name it. But when you have such a beloved title, you know, and you're coming at like it's It's like Lord of the Ring. You know, you have something that so many people already have an emotional attachment to, and companies get too afraid of like putting their own footprint on it. And it feels to me like with Baldur's Gate 3, like just because they're committing, they'll do. I think they'll do justice to like the old Baldur's Gate games with like the humor and different things like that. But it does look like they're putting their own spin on it and things, and that makes me really happy. And I don't want Boo. Because I'll play the old ones. You know, give me a new version of Boo. Give me your take on whatever that is or whatever. So that's how I feel. I don't know. Look at these trade routes, you guys. My goodness. Okay. Can bring you to Boston, maybe. You, I don't care where you go. Maybe we'll try to circumnavigate. We still need builders. Cinematics look insane. You have to stream it. I thought I was watching Game of Thrones, watching their cinematic trailer. I seriously was like, is this like season 6 of Game of Thrones? Because it feels like it kind of is. And that's not a bad thing. That is high praise from me. But yeah, it looked really good. See ya, Muffin.
As it turns out, Mount Kilimanjaro.
We see a lot of AIs with wonders in their capital these days. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just noticing it more, but it feels like this is happening fairly often.
Having seen a not
I mean, I wouldn't mind an old companion, but I don't want it to just try to like continue the story of a game that came out 20 years ago, Sacrador, right? At least, again, that's just how I feel about it. Like, I wouldn't mind an homage, but I also wouldn't mind just like their total own world, you know? Money's feeling pretty good. We'll buy this factory. We'll buy this factory when we get there. I need to chop this jungle. In fact, maybe Magnus needs to be here. Where is Magnus? He's up here. I need you in Boston. We got to get this Ruhr going. Because they don't have the population to even put this district down at the moment. Probably should have done that a few turns ago. Oh, well. I could go after something like Potato. It wouldn't be bad if we can get it. It'd be really good here, actually. +3, +5 theater square if we do it that way. Let me get walls real quick. SNG Earth Snuggerf? Snoog something? I don't know. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Think I'm fine science-wise? Our science is pretty decent. Civ 6 seems to be the only game that you watch constant streams of lately. Tried Stellaris. Yeah. Yeah, it's a unique game. It's a special game. I think the Civ franchise in general is special. Like, I think that we're lucky to have it. Wow, University could go here. I don't really want it. I want them to just get their next district. This is a +1, +2, 3, 4 theater square. I want that. Is China's jersey yellow? Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that looks like Congo. That's actually who's up next. So builders and traders right now. Will I do some epic speed games this series? I will not. I don't play longer, slower games. In fact, I try to finish games as quickly as possible, and that is a large part because the popularity of Civ content is heavily front weighted, right? Like the beginning 50 to 100 turns are way more popular than turns 200 to 250, etc. And so when you play an epic speed game, you just add in time. I realize that it's sort of a different thing, but no, I won't be doing that, unfortunately. I'm sorry if that's what you want to see. We did take out Teddy, yeah. Been watching the YouTube for a while and usually work during stream time. Thanks for the great content. Thank you. Thank you for coming over and supporting the channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That is what it's all about. So, Magnus and Chops. What up, Dr. Shots? How you doing, buddy? It's good to see you. How's life? How was your cruise? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. It's good to see you, buddy. You're not on spring break already, are you? Coliseum go already in this one? You know, good question. I don't think so. Although it looks like it has. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Starts next week? Okay. Philly has 2 luxuries to improve. Yeah, the marble. I've got this guy coming to fix stuff up. And yeah, the coastals. Coastal. What that? Give me those barbs. Up here. How quickly can I deal with that? We have insane movement on these muskets. "17 turns away, really? I don't believe you. Gotcha. Our spring break was always like right around St. Patty's Day. Enlightenment Civic we're about to have, so we sort of progress. Again, looking at aluminum as our next significant thing. I'm going to start Taj here now. They have their builders, so they can get housing and things like that. They're at 9 of 9. The reddest of sticks. What's going on, man?
Back to back months.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. And welcome back into the shop. Good to have you. Thank you. I mean, our most districts, like our most, we're getting the most bet out of Kumasi there. What's up, Zug? How you doing, buddy? Start on that as well. Did I build the unique units? No, I did not. Not even for Era Score yet. I may eventually. We'll see. We'll see if we need it. We may not. Is there a fun trivia reason why radio tech reveals aluminum? I actually don't know. That's a good question. Transistors, probably. Right? What dictates how far traders can go? Is there anything later in the game that increases the distance? Yes. So your range for your trade routes is sort of set at the beginning, but then once you establish a trading post, like if I go from here to Washington, once Washington has a trade route, then the trade route from here can basically extend from here and then for wherever Washington could go as well. So as long as you start establishing trading posts, you can start to get them where they can go really, really, really far. We're going into space, Zug. How's life, man? There's the turtles. Turtle. Sure. Maybe Wilfred will like me.
New opinions are
It's going to be real tough to get all these grievances off of us. Faith is pretty useless. This would have been an interesting coastal city. Can sea routes go further? Do they get bonuses? You get bonuses for... Largely, your trader route bonuses are based on the districts you have. So like a campus, for example, like if you pull up something like this, you can go down and see the section where it says trade yields, and you can see what you get for domestic trade routes and internationally with trade routes. And this is a destination thing, meaning if you send your trade route to a city with a campus, you get extra food if it's domestic and extra science if it's international. And you can see that for all the different districts. But yes, trade routes that go through trading posts are slightly more valuable, gold-wise. This isn't amazing yet, but I can't see us holding both these gold policies in there. How many envoys do we have? 17, 21, 26, 29 plus 2. So 31 or 40 for this one. So this is strictly better. See, routes get more gold inherently? Are you sure? I don't know that that's true, Hug. But it might be. That was not worth it. That was only 13 science. It might be. I could just not know. You're 99%? Okay, I'll trust you then. How long do we have on this workshop? So 3 turns. That gives me another like 700 gold. We'll have 2,500. So I can spend 1,000 on the university and then still afford the factory. Sea routes? Here's your trade range. 15 tiles is your base range. Once the player researches, blah, 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 traders move on water. On water, the range is 30 tiles. Trader refuels, blah, 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 blah. Traveling over water and railroads or through canals and mountain tunnels multiplies the amount of gold that districts at the destination provide to the route. If it passes through a trading post, it's worth an additional 1 gold. That's what I was saying. Okay, so yeah, you're right. Traveling over either via railroad, canal, mountain tunnel, or just over water, you get extra gold. Good call. Thank you, thank you. See, I learn stuff all the time. Good job, Hogue. Vindicated. Reason for me to build railroads? Yeah, you wish. You were 0 for 2 last week? No, I will not build railroads. It's too tedious. It's so tedious. I think that's a Civ 5 thing, Shots. I don't think railroads do more for production here. It's hard to come by production in Civ 6 compared, I think, to Civ 5. Babysitting some cities. There goes my Kumasi troops. Give Washington the flat desert tile. Sure. I mean, they're working all the food. I really can't accelerate that any more than it already is. So they just have to grow at whatever rate they can grow. I'm still not really willing to run domestic trade routes in this situation when our international ones are so dang profitable. So yeah. And I guess they just keep cranking out builders. They do not have enough districts to really justify this. Might be better just to put them from Washington. Is this Sun Tzu? Yeah, Sun Tzu, we can retire you. Okay. Jump back in the water. Yeah, no, you're right, Oedipusaurus, for sure. It's nice to not have to really worry about Earth Goddess in this game, so we can just make mines.
Claims that cannot be.
What's that? Oh, that's this one. Dude's on his way. Should be able to handle it, I think. Never building 2 neighborhoods. 2 banks I'd have to buy. I don't want to do that. Let's go to sanitation first. Eight of 9 here. Yeah, they just need more housing. And then they eventually a university or a campus.
Victorious one.
I still like Earth Goddess. I just don't have to worry about it because it's not our pantheon. It's fine, I guess. 1 turn on Magnus. If I played any other Sid Meier's games, you know what? Not really. Like I basically got into Civ 5. That brought me into the Civ franchise. I haven't played really anything else, I don't think, which is a little sad to me. No worries, buddy. I appreciate when you can drop it off. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shots.
Sorry, I've been slacking on these lately. Haven't come over to Twitch a long time.
That's a little sad. That part of it's sad. I don't mind if you can't be around to Prime sub. Thank you so much, though, my friend. Appreciate the 11 months of that support. And speaking of that support, if you want to support this channel, don't forget to stop by twitch.tv/thegamemechanic and come say us in person on the internet. We're going to put a cut in this video for now, and we'll come back and keep economizing on our way to space. Turn 140, sitting at almost 220 science and almost 200 culture. Feels like we're in a good spot. So hopefully you'll return and join us.